data from their finals against Sentinels.
Yeah, there's data from that. There's a couple other maps as well, but two things to note is the flanks on this map is something that you have to have something to cover, so you're going to see a Sentinel for sure. The thing that 100 Thieves loves to do, which I think is kind of a nice way to play the meta because of the way that other teams are playing, is they're going double controller, right? So they're playing Viper and an Omen at the same time. We'll see if Nitro actually goes to Asher like the rest of the time that he's doing it, but that's something they do on Icebox as well. So for these wide open maps, it gives them a lot of adaptability on the attack side, which is going to be very good when you're attacking CNET.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of the double controller style. I mean, in EMEA, we've seen a lot of duelists be played on this map, but...
not going for it, actually, because Hiko usually is the guy playing Viper on this map.
Okay,
exactly.
Nitro going on to Jet instead.
What?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of switch-ups
This
here.
is...
Asuna is going to stick with the Reyna, which he has played before.
I just said I prefer double controller to the double duelist, and now we're seeing 100 Thieves bring out the double
Oh,
duelist.
there it is.
Okay.
But no Sentinel, right? So even though, of course they're going to play the Viper, no double controller, but no Sentinel. That's so difficult to play with, especially when you're on a team like ACEND, who is going to be exposing and trying to take these flanks on you.
That was the crazy thing, is I was so in agreement with everything you were saying, and it turned out to all be wrong. No, I completely agree. We've seen 100 Thieves ditch the Sentinel when they play Ascent before, but Breeze is a much bigger space.
Well, it all comes down to this. One final map, and it's Breeze for 100 Thieves and Ascend here in our quarterfinals, and we got Pansy and Hypoc to carry us through it.
One more map, and it's Breeze, Hypoc. We also have Nitro picking up Jet. We've got some mad things going on for this final map here, and this is life on the line, right? This is semifinals await. This is the big time to show up. What is going on?
I don't know. This is something to pull out on a map 3 to see how it plays out. I don't know if this is again necessarily the ace up the sleeve, but Ascend will try and force their way in here. They're actually going to throw a Leer and flash behind it as well, so the Thieves will go 2 for 2 here.
Yeah, Nitro's chasing.
In. Zeke, what?
How did Zeke turn that? That looked like Nitro's all day, but Hiko's not far from this, and neither is Steel. And you're right, the spike now noted. The spam comes out. It does catch Keyless. Look at that, 13 HP. Trying to close the back. Oh, Hiko, let's go. What a catch, but it's CNET. A 1v2. Has to respect it. Has to go through the wall as well. Gonna find one. Gets away. It's now on Steel here. And time is on CNET's side this time, but Steel kept going. He kept looking for that fight. And CNET down to 35 HP. Steel a little better off here. Gonna try and deny some angles from him. Steel could do with this one. He doesn't expect the peek again. It's still a miss, but that one isn't. CNET's got it 3 for him. That's a Red Bull clutch for Ascend to pick up the first pistol.
And Steel had a huge opportunity with that wall there to drop it, and effectively CNET would be stuck in no man's land, right? Nothing to fall back to without that dash actually being available after using it on the kill with Hiko. Ascend will go 1 up, and CNET straight on that Phantom. Full armor as well. Bone Cold, Starzo, Zeke, and Keyless will throw a Spectre in the mix. A couple of Marshals on the other side. Ethan and Nitro going to upgrade a little bit, but actually no, reconsidering that. We'll sell it back out. So nothing thrown in here for 100 Thieves.
Yep. About as ecoed out as you're going to get. The other side, similar scenes. They are against 4 players on here, so you've got to be a little careful to not get overwhelmed. Chipped away at. CNET's going to... Oh, that flash wasn't quite what he wanted. Nitro's going to punish. Can he get that rifle, though? That's the big question to me. He's trying to go for it, but Stark so quickly plays bodyguard on it. Doesn't allow them to get too close. It's a nutty pickup from Asuna, but how much more can you do? Nothing. Bone Cold quickly keeps it in check. Any of these kills coming in of him very hard to find much more from. As Steel might just have to accept the fact they can collect that rifle, put it back to Zeke, maybe give it back out to whomever else in the following up round. There's 3v1, and the spike is very much down and secured.
Yeah, and whether or not Ascend will even give him again, Keyless actually with a spy cam. I don't know if initially this noted Steel or not, but so I just saw Starzo lean into his cam at the same time. But again, at this point, protect the Phantom, make sure you can carry across majority players into the next round. A good opportunity at the bonus. Good progress already for CNET, Starzo as well towards their ultimates, but no Blade Storm to ride through. But I imagine Zeke's going to be returning that Phantom to his rightful owner. Steel will opt to full, no surprises there. Well, actually, another ult orb across to Zeke, so kill credit goes across. But Ascend, 2-0.
Big start for Ascend here. After the last map, probably feeling a little shaken. And walking into not necessarily completely unknown territory, but this map definitely has less reps, a lot less comfort. We don't know the full looks from either teams, really. We don't know how they're going to come into this. We've seen, as said, adjustments from Ascend throughout this tournament. Those who've been in touch with this team a fair amount leading up to this have definitely noted a couple of different looks. 100 Thieves as well, breaking out. Nitro looking completely different. Snow as well, want to see how he looks on this. Rifles out, though, and on the other side, we have 3 coming through, so it's not a completely easy bonus round to win against. Now this time it's a little different. Same early intent. However, the difference is it's a B lean. Look at that spike. Over towards the B side, it's all but a ruse. Now, Steel has done well. That's a big confirmation for him there that, okay, no, there is actual real intent behind this. Let's hit that rotation. He's even found one on the way in. So they can try and punish that, maybe, but they know there's going to be later players coming through middle, maybe trying to pressure that flank.
Actually, I don't know why Bone Cold swinging back out there with the owl drone of Hiko still coming through. I think it actually initially got the tag onto Keyless. Starzo will respond with 2 kills, though. That's huge, but he now finds himself in a 1v3, Lauren. 100 Thieves already on the site.
Yeah, with Ethan already sitting on that cross, this one's over. Starzo knows it. He can't close that gap. The plant was not really made for that.
No.
But that post plant was being just chipped away at. Steel finding so much impact in that and a couple of maybe misplaced peaks.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Bone Cold opts to hop back. You can see when we're sat inside the owl zone there that at least the tag comes through. You can see Hiko actually pinging up the location of the set. Okay,
oh,
that's how
it gets
right, okay. Well, I thought it was like, oh, maybe CNED's on the cross, but no. Steel just sends a few shots into the poison orb and will be rewarded for it. But, again, no bonus converted. Ascend will be able to purchase back into there. And actually, Bone Cold will throw an operator into the hands of CNED. See if he can find an opener here. Hiko got to be careful. The damage done, though.
Yeah, St. Dust too. You got to be careful now. Tagged up, Hiko down to a nice amount of HP. And CNED's not necessarily backing away off the initial shot. He's continuing to walk up this. Now, again, look at this lean from 100 Thieves. That's going to be almost 4 players now dedicated towards A. If they even feel this out, it's going to be such a weird round, but does Ascend get the feelers right for this? Because they're moving in somewhat blind to this, right? Now, switch utilized, and they have to respect it. Cena does back away. But how on earth? This is such a strange round with such a heavy lean towards A. Maybe feeling comfortable on the retakes. Big jump peak from Nitro. He's going to know there's players coming his way. Maybe even noting the spike there. But he has to keep moving. He's not going to be able to sit still for a second because Zeke's closed that gap. Now Zeke wants to try and find that space on the site, allow some sort of safety for that spike to get across and maybe get a plant.
That's actually in the thick of things.
Bomb flash.
Yeah, actually, there you go. We'll come through. Steel will find his 3rd as well. Ethan now close the distance. CNED operator in hand. He's got to consider saving this now.
30 seconds left.
Thieves will give him
something like that.
Well,
good swing from Ethan.
Miscalculation potentially on the dash there. He can get to a fully safe position, but Ethan will close things out. You're right. Things will be tied up 2 apiece now. You know, at that point, really, Ascend have nothing else, right, to even figure this out. It's got to be CNED to push up and at least spot out 1 or 2 players. But the owl drone's burnt up. I think actually they were still on the cooldown from the flashes as well. So they have nothing to actually confirm, you know, presence on the side of 100 Thieves. And again, flashes will give you the audio cue, but it's not the same as the owl drone, right? There's no absolute confirmation of what lies beneath. Ahead, you know, we'll pop the Blade Storm here, and this time big switch up from 100 Thieves. There's 3 players here to defend B site.
Just absolutely eating it, dude. There's no way out. You're gutted at that one, Ethan. Good spray, Steel. Just the clothesline at the end. Very sharp and a lovely adjustment. Good read on that.
Yeah, after a couple of rounds here, and it's only really they're finding Keyless in mid, but again, I think that's a good indicator of exactly what's going on in a couple of these rounds, or at least how the default for Ascend looks. Have to see now. Again, back on a purchase, Cena back on the operator. 3 ultimates available here. On the other side, actually, 100 Thieves have 4 of their own. This time, Hiko opted not to cross back and forth between the doors. And it will be confirmed here. That's See, Nitro on the operator here.
Not going to be the first or last time we've seen Nitro with a weapon like this, but ACEND has far more reps these days. ACEND, though, quickly through. They don't actually get as flashed as maybe they'd imagined. And the quick pop flash back. Ethan's forced off from this. This is a really powerful side take. They're still pushing through on this. Hiko could do with a bit of that magic, but it's not happening for him right now. Nothing's really coming through. And this close play coming out. They challenge on every single angle there. They finally successfully take the site in a full buy round, but I mean, we had ults coming out, we had plenty being thrown out there.
That's even really the Viper's bit, a little bit of overkill there on the way in. Nonetheless, a Prime Gaming flawless on the side of ACEND.
One enemy remaining.
Again, this is the thing. You look towards this. Is the plan for attack for 100 Thieves? What does this jet look like? Is it again? They're just going to lean heavily on this double duelist to create a lot of pressure for them, because right now we're not really seeing 100 Thieves get proactive. And again, with the operator purchase here, again, actually the first time we've seen them explore a little bit.
ACEND
Played out.
This is great though. He's still able to hold that cross as soon as they had that go ahead to try and maybe posture towards middle, chase down someone like Nitro. They just couldn't. The cross was being held, the punish. They could have fallen away from that, kind of dissolve that little bit of mid-aggression that was being toyed with and fall back to more of a default hold. But look at that. Again, such a heavy lean towards A. So much is put towards this. You can see as to why though. ACEND en route. Bone Cold, the first to stand forward. Meets Steel and loses. The follow-up, though, is a victory coming out for ACEND. Zeke does claim Asuna, and there goes Steel. So now Sight's suddenly a little bit more available. It was a bit of an alien, but the last two are deeper on that side.
Oh, actually, Nitro nearly caught off guard there, but Ethan finds Zeke in response there. Ethan got to be careful here, but ACEND will actually swing and he will find it. Nitro now, last man standing for 100 Thieves.
Now he knows where roughly they are. He's got a decent idea. Spike plant and ACEND where he was. How are you going to drag him out of it, though? How are you going to try and make this favorable to you? A couple of junk peeks here and there, but they're not going to re-peek on that once they've got that little bit of confirmation. Keeler's just biding the time. See if he can add to that paranoia. Maybe he's crossed, maybe he hasn't. Oh, ACEND just checks. They're all just gathering tiny pieces of information on each other. He's made it towards the site. He's got the rifle, but he doesn't have much time. He has to make the move now, and they are just playing ring-a-rosy. Look at them going around it. He gets the final one, but ACEND claims the round for ACEND. And we're seeing so many different looks between these two, but it is ACEND to win that.
ACEND actually having the best start of the maps we've seen so far for him. Again, talked about obviously ACEND and Haven. How he came alive in the second half here, really, really leading the charge for ACEND. Again, this was just played perfectly. Running the clock down.
Let's go! Let's go, boys!
Just making Nitro second guess everything there. They will stack up this time here. Again, it's only Steel on this side. The Viper's pick going to be popped as well, but potentially actually, oh no, the Trailblazers didn't catch him.
Just got out.
I think he confirmed exactly where he was, but
yeah.
No stun comes through.
Yeah. So now you can see Zeke still trying to find any of these. You know, where is he? What's he up to? Oh, okay, we've spotted Hiko. That's, I guess, something. That's a little different. Now, do they commit? It doesn't look like it. Eyes towards the spike, being kept in the pocket of Bone Cold. Back towards middle, maybe looking towards those double doors, see if they can catch someone leaning over from A, punish a rotation or two, but nothing's really there. If they do go for this kind of A piece, yes, there's a deep hold from ACEND, but other than that, they might have access. So, 100 Thieves not giving away much here.
No, ACEND, I think now at that point of the round where they need something to act upon. The flash actually from Ethan going to confirm ACEND have lent towards mid, or at least still present here towards B and towards elbow in particular. Actually, ACEND are now going to preemptively rotate towards B, or at least towards Nest here. Actually, the Lear through mid. Once again, it will confirm this, yeah, but Nitro's got all the way into their spawn here. He could backstab this execute on A perfectly.
He can backfill this. Now with hopefully these audio cues coming through, he's going to maybe clear a little. Wait, ACEND just got called off. Absolutely unaware of maybe Starzo's positioning, but yeah. Oh! ACEND! He still looks for it, finds Nitro, huge impact for him. The three players remaining, Steel, Ethan, and Hiko, aren't in a position to do much with this. They were so deep towards B. Yes, Steel was there at the start, that's fine. We saw that early rotation from Hiko noted on that owl drone, and Ethan sitting in the backside of the pillar. Yeah, Zeke's going to find Steel. Of course he's still exploring this side. They want to punish.
considering actually Ethan will give away the ping on the recon bolt as well. And Hiko to the, I think up until this point, unnoted or unconfirmed at least. They are going to try and charge this down and actually punish the economy even further, but Hiko and Ethan will find kills, and at this point, off for 3 alive. Should we hold on to these weapons? And again, the operator, the important one in this scenario, but Hiko and Ethan will hold on to weapons now. See if actually 100 Thieves seeing a couple of wonky purchases, whether or not they force up around those 2 rifles held on to. And no Blade Storm available for Nitro, was burnt up in the previous. Sheriff invested him. It looks like they're just going to try and ride this out. Oh, maybe not, I guess. You're going to throw one across. Actually, ACEND are going to be given a Phantom here at least. And a Marshal, a couple of pistols invested.
A split second away. Now he tries to take that line. Doesn't hit that one. Oh, dearie me, what is going on here? Seems has to fall away from this. 100 Thieves can be happy enough they at least won that battle to some degree. Zeke still trying to eliminate anyone he can. Hiko answers right back. Doesn't deny the spike plant, but he does catch Bone Cold. Now, that's an advantage to be played with. ACEND does have that rifle, so does Hiko. Nitro got...
Look at Keyless.
What is going on here? Keyless on the flank though, but he's got so many targets to deal with. Luckily for him, Starzo's bailed him out as well. Starzo's playing well from the site. Tries to control these building threats that were just kind of looming in the background and steal. Your last man alive. Ain't gonna happen. Cena shuts the chapter on this round, and ACEND starting to tear away with a bit of a lead.
The biggest gap we've seen ACEND create really since the first map.
I want a timeout soon for 100 Thieves.
Granted.
Just saw it flash up there. I'm not entirely sure, but again, feeling the same way about these last few rounds you are. But again, for me, it's on these slow rounds where Nitro's able to walk, tube on. What do they achieve on the back of it? It's nothing.
Yeah.
Effectively, again, it's a. There you go. Timeout was confirmed, but yeah, for me, I've got to see something a little more proactive from 100 Thieves. I don't feel as if they're really going to win out in this sort of let's sit and wait for the execute to come through, because ACEND actually demonstrate a lot of restraint, which for this map in particular, I was talking about CNED potentially coming back to being more self-sufficient. You see that in the early round, he's hopping up. He's not really relying on Zeke or anything else to find anything. It's him looking for first bloods. And again, straight away, we see that adjustment. Hiko down in halls. There's a Trailblazer now in place.
Yep.
And actually, we see
They've had to
a
address
third
it.
member
Yep.
to swing that. So he's so commanding in the first 30 seconds of the rounds where that's why I feel 100 Thieves just need to dig a little deeper and find something.
But I also don't feel like he's overstepping.
Oh, no.
It's
He's
a
doing
very
it from
fine
spawn.
balance. Exactly. This is all within safety.
Yeah.
He's just happy to keep making this sort of impact towards it. Now, coming out of this timeout, of course, ACEND have every opportunity now to go, well, let's do something completely different if they're trying to address those A pieces that have started to work. Maybe that mid-round that's started to have some effect. Let's find out what they go for here. It does seem as though Steel's got some support. Seek is instantly coming out. I'm going to confirm there's probably, what, 3 people towards that B site?
The Aldrome will also confirm it. Whether or not, oh, look at this though, it's so much presence baited, and A site is going to be wide open. ACEND will storm on through. It's only really ACEND in position to do any damage on the way in. He'll find Bone Cold. Dismiss away. I'm looking for that mid presence once again.
Oh, the timing! Starzo! He didn't turn it! ACEND!
Planted.
He's just being such an imperative factor in middle right now. Now Zeke can try and rework this, but ACEND, I wouldn't put it past him to recheck towards this once in a while. You can see him dipping in between. He needs the rest of his side. And he's finally been called off now, and that's going to at least, I guess, highlight where Zeke's playing from. But where is the rest of 100 Thieves? They're sitting deep towards the CT side. They don't have a step back in on the side just yet. There's the first couple of peaks, and CNED still showing presence, but he knows there's going to be a close coming in here, and it's from the back lines. Ethan denied. Keyless beside him. Nitro's gone. CNED! This is the man we waited to see. And now Steel, there's no way through this. There's no way out. Starzo, he knows it. This one's going to sting. That's a big round on the board now for ACEND. Steel has to accept this one is done for. He can't do anything about it. The scoreline is starting to look scary for 100 Thieves fans.
4 rounds separate them now. And that's absolutely pivotal in this round for 100 Thieves. Again, finding these 2 kills is massive. Starzo seemingly totally unaware of the possibility that he's still there and still looking towards mid. But ACEND, man, 2 massive kills for him. And again, the confidence booming in the Ascend camp. I need to see a response from 100 Thieves again. If this runs away with the purchase here, you got to argue this one leads towards 8-3. Any worse, and it's extremely scary for 100 Thieves going into the second half.
Struggling to find an answer. You can see it across them. They look a little flat for an answer. Maybe the man there.
Look at him.
He's bold. He's feeling it now. He's starting to maybe play that style that we talk about that can happen when the spark ignites. It can be a threat, but we've seen it in the others. We've seen it in 100 Thieves. We saw it in that Gambit game, pulling back a mad scoreline. Hiko clutching out time and time again, but right now this is Ascend's moment, and they're leaning towards the B site. Steel does have the right full shot in the back, just accepts fate almost at that point, trying to peel away. You're not going to get out of it.
Get themselves a clean plant here. Hiko again just noting the Phantom is close by, maybe just waiting for a smoke or something to make absolutely sure. You can see, yeah, there's Nitro. Throw down a smoke for him, but ACEND now.
There we
After
go.
the falls, he's beacon again. Tag comes through just yet, though.
A little shaky from Starzo on that one. ACEND now starting to feel the pressure, starting to feel the burn. Killers though. Said it before, safe pair of hands, that backline player who is just delivering when required. ACEND now can just take the space if needed. It's gone astray. It's a weird round, but it will be an Ascend round, whichever way you cut this. And he's chased this down. Now, does he find Nitro just on the other side on the deeper angle? You can see it now. Nitro, big kill. Trying to keep hold of that rifle as best he can as well. And now Prospect's looking a little dire here for 100 Thieves. I'm worried for them now.
In the half.
I mean, when it comes down to preying on a 9-3 curse, it's not a comfortable position to be in. And again, I think Ascend just hitting their stride, really finding their groove here. And again, you can see it. 100 Thieves are almost becoming more risky, right? They're stacking heavier towards one side, just on the back of hoping that Ascend are going to walk into that. But the fact that they're not actually just pushing out a little bit, like I said, there's no confirmation of anything other than seeing it in the early round. And actually, it's going to be Zeke alongside him here. Look at this, they've given Hall up now. They don't even want to mess with this.
But they're giving up so much. They're putting this 4-play stack towards A again. Yes, Hiko does kind of occasionally dabble and check in on this. Even Steel's left B site. If this gets fell out, like, look where the spike is. They haven't fully committed for this piece yet. They haven't fully gone in towards A. They may do. But if they get an inkling of how many players are here, but the one who made the difference has been Asuna, trying to play those double doors, trying to do any damage he can. And okay, Steel's now confirmed there's presence, and I'm sure there's temptation for Asuna now to make a bit of a play, start maybe leaning out a bit. It's Killes to find Hiko. That's one of the backline players now removed. If I've got that spike, I'm looking at B going, well, I know Hiko's been playing this. There it is. Asuna even got a tag on another. Bone Cold, where are you? Bone Cold! It's an absolute fumble from Bone Cold, and you don't have to give Asuna 2 bites of the cherry. Zeke, oh, the drive-by from Ethan. 100 Thieves are putting up some work here. Finally, we see them find a bit of that magic themselves, a bit of that fire in the belly. And Keeler's still alive. And now, no way. No way. Whoa. See that? What is going on? Keeler's finds Nitro. This is now a 2v2. It was a 2v4.
Steel and Ethan now have to regroup. ACEND still looking to pile on the pressure. Actually, Ethan will find ACEND. Now it all comes down to Keeler's.
Don't
Will
ride him.
require an ace for him to close this out. Will actually fake out the
Ride him
mark
up.
yet. Actually, a lifeline for 100 Thieves. 8-4 will be the score at halftime. But it's not comfortable, Lauren. You've got to see 100 Thieves just pile on the pressure here at the start of the second half. Get Nitro online. Literally have Nitro be the deciding factor here for 100 Thieves.
This one is not over yet, and before we get to that second half, let's head down to the desk. Your thoughts so far, folks? This is super scary times for 100 Thieves.
Thank you very much, Pansy. Couldn't agree more. Scary times for 100 Thieves as they find themselves down 8-4 on the half, but still within striking distance, especially on a map like Breeze. But as it's Ascend, who's had the better half so far, Gio, for you, what has been the major factor in building that lead?
Well, here's the thing. On Breeze, there's a really big space. It's right in the middle of the map. It's called mid, and oftentimes if you're defending, you would like to have someone watching over that, maybe a nest, maybe at double doors. That just, for me, has been somewhere that 100 Thieves have been really really neglecting. We did see Asuna in that final round holding double doors, and it gave them a much better go at that round. But there were certain rounds there where ACEND could just freely walk up through mid and with no impedance.
Yeah, I think certain areas are being exposed. Not only mid, I think some rounds you definitely had 100 Thieves get some control of that, and that's kind of where ACEND started to turn the tides, but also halls. And that's a big part where that Sentinel can come in and really defend. So many times you saw Zeke lurking up through the halls and finding Asuna, finding Hiko, something like that, or even finding the kills on the back of the players like Nitro in the A side itself.
Well, wouldn't you guess it, it's CNED who finds himself at the top of the scoreboard on that Jet, doing his best 10's impression. However, not quite as dominant as some of the performances we've seen so far here on Breeze. Still quite enough to give his team a healthy lead.
I mean, he's applying a lot of pressure onto 100 Thieves, and by the time that ACEND have been getting into the side, you know, they've been able to kind of send 100 Thieves into a bit of a frenzy at times because they're not as prepared, and it's done good.
I think one thing too is that this map is very swingy. Okay, so just because it's a pretty dominant half for ACEND, I think look at the emotions and the way that they're playing more than anything else, because the scoreline is not necessarily representative of a win right here.
Hypox said a name. He said Nitro on the second half. What does Nitro need to do?
Well, he's playing the Jet role, right? So he needs to get up in the face, he needs to be taking the fights to CNED, and he needs to be pushing the pace.
All right, so CNED topped the table on his offensive half. It's up to Nitro to do the same on the very same agent pick. With that, we're going to head right back over to Pansy and Hypoc to close us out.
Let's get into this now. 8-4. ACEND do have the lead, but they're right on the desk. This can swing back. One pistol round, you're right back up to it. This is very much still very possible for 100 Thieves. It has to start now for me. If ACEND pick up this pistol, they'll just run this into the ground.
I mean, the same thing could happen as what happened on Haven, right? You trade back and forth with this round score. It only leans in ACEND's favor. See, actually, this league going to be a lot of pressure coming through onto B. Nitro actually going to try and get the tag, actually, but CNED's the one to open it up.
How is it CNED getting that? He does get traded. Wait,
Oh,
ACEND.
no.
Oh, okay, Hiko's still alive for now, so it's not over just yet for them. Still with a labored fight against Zeke, but it's okay. Hiko! He gets it on Killers, and you're right. He just strolled on in, but Bone Cold around the back. Now, Steel was looking this way. But for how long does he look this way? Trying to protect Hiko as he checks for this. And Bone Cold knows this is out and about, but now he's got the cross, the spike. There is an angle he can play with as he knows there's still one here. Steel keeps his life. Hiko has to be on red alert now. Protect Steel in this matter. Both now tagged up here. Bone Cold, it's a 1v2, but that's one! And now Hiko,
Down B.
the man who's got ice in his veins, clutches out so often. But Bone Cold, we've said it before, one of the best pistol players we get to watch sometimes. And he's made it closer. He goes, no idea. Now he does. 8 more
left.
goes at this with the amount in the mag. He steps closer. Hiko on the other side looks right. Oh
No
my
way.
God! Bone Cold, get out of here! Get out with that adjustment!
The pistol god himself for ACEND is only his third in this map so far, but my God, is it an important one. The Red Bull clutch here in the second half pistol round. After I think 100 Thieves able to stabilize for a moment there. I gotta say it. Bone Cold playing this to perfection. That flick. Yeah, up on your feet for that one. Fair enough, but now 100 Thieves. The pressure building now. Nothing here except for a ghost on the side of Hiko. What can they get done?
CNED gets a lot of contact through this. He knows there's a fair few players on the other side. Killers, same sort of thing. These two have been outstanding on that first half as well. And there it is. You're seeing more of that. Killers and Deke doing well. Asuna the only one to make impact. Hiko is down. 10 rounds for ACEND. They are on the verge
Scary.
of tearing this away from 100 Thieves. They even had a chance in the second half. This is looking dominant so far, but 100 Thieves have to find their answer in the next 2. They have to do something in, honestly, this round. This is the one. We've got to look at Nitro, big impact. Asuna, same thing. I need to see all of the stars align for this side that we know are there.
And I mentioned Nitro just to be that deciding factor because I think he needs to be the one to be that tempo change for 100 Thieves. It was such a slow first half. Here needs to be him now digging deep, finding something for 100 Thieves. Again, it's a very, very slow start. Bone Cold actually going to walk all the way to the end of Hall here.
It ain't just Bone Cold either.
with a friend. It's Zeke right alongside him.
They seem like they know, though. Nitro seems all too aware of this potential. Steel's down there too, but timing's everything. The spikes on the other side. Yeah, they're just going to sit on this. They can do if they want. Got every angle covered now. The piece is kind of building towards B, at least the look of it potentially coming through, but it's not just yet. And here comes the fact finder. Aldrone goes down, but his Bone Cold still gun out. He's still on this. 100 Thieves know there's problems around here. If they get too passive, they could be in trouble. Ooh, well played by 100 Thieves. They kept that in check. Now, obviously, ACEND know what's on the other side, but they have the man advantage. They've got the rifles. They can lean towards that A site.
And the Aldrone being noticed as well. They know exactly where Zeke is, actually. Stars are going to come along, pick up the weapon, but 100 Thieves already
Out of charge.
inside sight. Again, taking a little long to get the spike down, but again, ACEND not really set up just yet. Keeler's still got a ways to go to rejoin his teammates. See if ACEND can find anything on the way in here. Actually, that's an absolutely slapping CNED before he even has a chance.
Clean round is exactly what 100 Thieves would need in this scenario. Oh, Ethan, keep your life. There's a lot of rifles. You don't want to be losing here. The Clash Killers, he eats it, but he still takes Ethan with him. But Asuna, this is a big round for him. A very big round for Asuna, keeping them at arm's length. And Starzo shouldn't be able to get too far. No, they still have a little bit of a glance, which is exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah.
And there it is. 4 alive. Just fine. Keep those rifles up. Game back on.
Again, they turn that one around, but now ACEND in a position to buy back into this. Have to see if 100 Thieves can keep that up, because again, very, very slow at the start of that. And you can see ACEND actually being way more proactive than 100 Thieves were. Again, with that double walk up hall, knowing full well that actually on a couple of the other rounds they show presence, they can then lean on Keeler's utility, which is something that 100 Thieves didn't have.
Yes.
Which it actually enables them to find space elsewhere. So there's a number of different variations we can potentially see from ACEND.
But this is why we were calling upon being aggressive with the likes of Nitro, Asuna, seeing them being those game changers. When you don't have that utility to depend upon, you put your body on the line, kind of. You got to hit those rotations just perfect. We still see that up out for CNED. That's come into play. 5 rifles on the other side. And there's no rush in this for 100 Thieves. You can see it. They're taking their time, but Ethan's already been lost.
Toxin screen down.
Big loss as well. Steel's been outside again. Nobody showing that Zeke's not really revealed himself just yet. And a Guardian, so he's got to find this first headshot, if anything, and he will do just that. Asuna and the spike noted.
1 shot, 1 kill. He needs some more though. Gonna dip through the smoke. He tries to catch Hiko off guard. That doesn't happen. Hiko too aware. And now the 3v3. Spike is down. So 100 Thieves at least have the time in their favor. Gonna pop the ult as well. They want to make sure they've got a nice defensive area to hold down. Maybe leave that backline to be controlled by Nitro on that final look through, Hiko, if needed. But look at the gap already being closed. To send right around them. These are very tricky positions to hold down. Now Nitro's been noted. He wants to push out for it, but Steel's got his back. Bone Cold gone. Viper v Viper. It's going to be Steel with another CNED down, and Nitro's found it. And this is still going their way. 100 Thieves are digging deep right now.
3 survive as well. That's what you look towards. Get themselves an opportunity now to convert through and again close that gap a little more. See if ACEND have anything actually available to throw into this. Wow, Steel found this next one. Wow, he actually swings out there. I thought he got it from straight inside the Viper's pit, but Asuna looking fired up right now.
They've broken the money.
They have.
That's what they had to do.
This is the one that potentially brings 100 Thieves within touching distance. The timeout again. ACEND potentially to gather their thoughts. Well, whether or not they want to push a little deeper here, push a little harder, because again, 100 Thieves happy to play this game once again. And coming back to that discussion on ACEND, that macro sort of reliance that 100 Thieves have, or at least the back pocket sort of thing, where I think it's probably the comfort zone, right? ACEND happy to throw that out the window sometimes. Again, on a round like this, they can almost send some probes out even just do some damage. That's the objective at the end of the day. But it's all lessons. It's snippets of information about exactly what 100 Thieves are doing, and that's important for the rounds that follow.
Again, for 100 Thieves, though, we've got to look at it on that side, right? It's you can't take your foot off the gas now. It's got to be all the way down the whole way through. This is 2 back-to-back rounds. Rifles have come out. They've looked much better. ACEND are doing well. Steel finding moments too. It's looking like a B lean to at least the start, but we'll see where the intention lays. I'm sure they're going to feel out maybe if there's a stack, see if they're up to anything a little fruity. I'm not sure how much info they got that. Maybe at least 1 or 2 players. Looks like they're going to continue forward as a pack. Just this death ball approach. Flash in towards pillar, and away we go. It's Vocold on the other side, probably going to leave a little bit of a sting after that pistol round, but a couple of odds and ends there. Frenzy, Sheriffs, Marshals. Not too much, but enough that it's at least forced 100 Thieves away, maybe trying to catch that rotation, which they almost did towards Killers.
Starzo pushing out here. So you can see the dash from Nitro. Perfect to catch him before he can fall back.
The re-aggress would be perfect now.
Yeah, perfect timing for it.
Great work.
Even Vocold all the way out of here.
Yeah, lovely little reaction play. Now, obviously, they still have to clear the site. Like, you know, we know there's no one there, but they still have to be very methodical and clean about clearing the site, which they're doing. And even the jump spot there does confirm that there is someone working back through that connector. It is ACEND, and you don't get away with that. Ethan's going to find him.
Careful here.
Let's see if they can keep this clean. 5 standing is the name of the game for 100 Thieves, and obviously the round as well. Now that wall, if removed, will reveal a great deal. Afternoon and Ethan, no problem so far. And it is a flawless round indeed. Prime Gaming flawless, coming in. 5 alive, spike plant, controlled. They punished the push out. Even though ACEND were trying to find that bit of space, it was instantly considered.
I mean, on both sides of the game there, it's a great anti-eco on the side of 100 Thieves. But again, you can't fault them. Stars are actually in a perfect position to, I guess, anticipate that 100 Thieves were rotating away. But Nitro, again, just really, really simple outplay, honestly. The dash to window to just catch him before he can slip away creates that opening. 100 Thieves are in a position to capitalize immediately on it. Here, this is the round you look towards. ACEND now, operator in hand, 1 off the Blade Storm. Zeke 1 away from the Hunter's Fury. Zeke is invested actually off the rip here from Starzo.
They just want to get that stack right. Oh my word, Eco! How many times? Wait, ACEND's just pushing. ACEND's just pushed up into like no man's land. Yes, he can kind of move around a little bit mobile than others, but that was quite brave of that. No trade came through either. You could see maybe ACEND was trying to find that potential, but something you're noting is how deep ACEND has pushed here. Could be looking to catch someone maybe.
Yeah, Tripwire just outside the double doors. The 100 Thieves now will stack up towards shop. And the Seekers in response will actually reveal ACEND here, so he's faced with a dilemma actually. Yeah, we're looking at A5, Ethan just behind Nitro.
He plays it so well. How is he so calm under this much pressure? Still surrounded on all fronts. Zeke's got his back though. ACEND's been caught. That flag's now removed. Oh, but a bounding player comes flying on in, and he leaves it all in the hands of Hiko. Finding this kill would have been essential. Oh, the tag onto Vocold. This could be sick. No, ACEND just destroying the dreams of Hiko there. No clutches today. No fun to be had. It's 11 for ACEND and 100 Thieves right back under the gun now.
He goes so close to finding that. Again, the headshot, just a response. It feels bad for Ethan. The dash forward from Nitro is what gets him killed. But again, ACEND, they withstand so much pressure here. Finally, again, all it needs is a classic right click. 100 Thieves, the economy now reset. Force a full repurchase out of this. ACEND on 11 rounds now. A huge round for 100 Thieves here. They need to convert this.
Pivotal round, you're right. This, it echoes through the rest of what's left. Sat on not just map point, but match point, and the ticket to the semi-finals on the line. Zeke fancying doing his best Hiko impression after the Hunter's Fury have been sent out today. Does get the tag on Steel, but not much more.
Here again. ACEND and Ethan set up outside B towards elbow, just anticipating ACEND now, trying to get
Here.
a little fruity with it. But Zeke goes hunting. Steel's already tagged up. We know that from the Hunter's Fury, but he's pushing out. Steel is not looking his way at all, Lauren. Oh my god, he's going to post up right behind him.
Oh, this is the weirdest exchange. Zeke just gets a freebie on steal. Absolutely none the wiser. If anything, this will spur on 100 Thieves. They have to now make this if it starts. Oh, wait. The judge on the other side just causing dread. The jump up, it's going to get the tag. Another flash comes out. He is being the biggest problem. He's setting up killers, and he's taking down 100 Thieves. Ascend on the verge now of getting to 12. As Asuna called upon in the dire hours now to try and do something to take this back. That's one. He knows there's another chance here. Oh, he's close. The gap!
Asuna!
Asuna, this is incredible, but he's got more to do. CNED on 1 HP, and then one above. It's going to be Zeke. It's CNED to shut it down. 12 is on the board. Ascend a 1 away.
There's a moment there. He landed the headshot on CNED. Oh my word. Absolute heroics from Asuna there in that round, but nothing will come of it for 100 Thieves. Zeke. And again, this is the sort of thing where Ascend are able to just get themselves into these dirty little positions. It's so hard to anticipate where Ascend set up, where they've pushed out, where they found space. CNED will seal the deal with that 1 HP. Like I said, the headshot came through. So unlucky for Asuna. And you can see it there. Ascend now on map and series point. 100 Thieves trail by 5. They will pull together a purchase. Full armor across the board. Blade Storm available. Nothing else on the cards for 100 Thieves here.
It's crunch time. Ascend. One more round is all they need. One pop-off from Achilles, a CNED, someone to do something. 100 Thieves know it as well. No strangers to this scenario. Probably the most veteran side you could ever imagine on this team. Every single player just pure pedigree throughout in the FPS scene. Now's the time to call upon those years. Now's the time to find a bit of that fire to put you through here. To give you another chance, to give you another fighting round in this. In 7 seconds, they got to face the music. Decent purchase for both sides. The Bulldog for Killers. And we go back in 12-7. It's match point for Ascend. The semi-finals just 1 round away.
Stargo initially spotted. Again, got a couple of walls to slip in and out, and the will just confirm. We already know now. Bone Cold actually on the overside. Viper's Pit invested here, so they can potentially lean away from B. As I say that, 100 Thieves actually can try and rotate and find something on the other side of the map. Now, Asuna comes across. Important thing is, Ascend still have a second player committed behind his Viper's Pit. Now that could potentially catch 100 Thieves off guard, just like CNED will find Steel inside shop.
Steel now just has to sit back and watch. Puts all his faith in the 4 that stand. As they work their way up elbow. The swing, he'll put it in towards the likes of Keyless. He'll put it into the likes of Bone Cold, and they know it now. Keyless now knows what's coming his way. He's going to put up anything he can to try and make this trickier. But they close the gap. Asuna, great breakthrough kill, but good work again. Asuna is still doing it, but CNED, he's here. He's finally arrived. And he gets sent packing. Nitro out of nowhere. And now Zeke in the 1v2. Is it now? Is it the next, or is it never? Zeke, what can you find from this Hiko? A little on his own.
Don't stand up, Hiko. Don't stand up.
As soon as this is... Oh, the timing.
Oh my god.
He has no idea. They have no idea. Hiko's walking towards CT. Now they know. And the position from Hiko should be a gift. It should be the golden position to catch this cross. And Zeke can only take steps. The gun barrel shows Hiko knows it. They live to fight one more round. They continue in this fashion. But Asuna is putting in serious work right now.
Heroics from Asuna. Again, pulling 100 Thieves through these rounds again, just leading the charge. 2 massive kills to open up here, and CNED actually responds here. This is disgusting from Nitro. That headshot. Again, ripping away CNED in a position that's so difficult to counteract.
I love it. So he even goes for the jump, so at worst, maybe just a tag comes in, but he should still get that shot. Such diligence, and now they've broken the money. This could be 9 now on the board. There's always a threat, there's always a danger, there's always a chance that the pistols find the right place, but let's see if 100 Thieves can keep it clean. Superior weaponry coming in on this, everything they need. The sight looks completely absent. It's not. 2 players behind this wall. The first one pulls the trigger. Flash goes in, Asuna puts the Lear up, they're fine. They've cleared it. That's the threat now removed. Spike to be planted. 3 on the retake.
All handled on the way in there by 100 Thieves. Let's see if Keyless, Bone Cold, or Starzo can get anything done. Actually, Bone Cold will find one before he falls. Again, a drop in the ocean.
Last player standing.
Steel will find Keyless.
Not getting called out twice.
No. No, he's wise to it this time. And whether or not Starzo's gifted a consolation. Getting the judge from there, it's going to be difficult for him to win this one. I think actually just catching an audio cue, so...
Screen down.
Steel. So awkward when you watch this as well, because Starzo, again, he can't swing this call. Actually, no, it's Steel
Now
that's
he
close
could.
he can,
Poison's
yeah.
off.
Obviously, he doesn't know that, so it's all a matter of timing, patience, and the clothesliner. So 3 still alive for 100 Thieves. Round on the board.
They bring it within 3. Ascend back on their purchase now. 100 Thieves could go to double digits.
They could. Absolutely, they could.
And the problem being, actually, once they get to 10 rounds, the economy becomes
Where's
a
the money?
really, really interesting discussion. Because right there, I mean, at that point, you lean heavily in favor of overtime.
Yes.
In terms of the expected outcome of the next couple of rounds. We have to wait and see. Actually, ultimates would then be a consideration because you look at the progress on both sides, but come back to that 100 Thieves again.
Oh, Seeker's very early.
I've got your trail.
It tells them nothing
Both
comes to help
Seekers.
us.
No, this CNED still up on this close angle. He's trying to end this
No
now.
way.
He wants this
Look at
over and done with.
Nitro.
Nitro should have this angle. He's going to get one, but he actually falls away. They don't know CNED, but Nitro still does well to find killers.
Here.
Now,
Look at Bone Cold.
this is the thing. Bone Cold. Oh, he pulls the trigger. Nitro. He's still. Oh, Nitro! What a heroic round from him, but they're still CNED. Oh, the battle of the ops going out. He just about catches him in the heels. How is CNED alive? They're trying to close this gap, but it's CNED on the other side. There is always a chance when it's CNED. He's going to find Ethan. He falls away to the back of the site. And now he's got another chance of this. The rest of his side are coming around, but he wants back in. He wants to get aggressive. He wants to stop this now before it starts. But the spike's going down. The Viper's pit is up. And the chances dwindle now.
And actually faced with
He's still here, man.
so much to deal with on site, and Cena's still dug in. Doesn't get all the tags, down to 67 HP now. Does he go exploring?
Unrelenting aggression. He finally gets caught off by Asuna.
Player
The
standing.
last player alive is Starzo in 1v4. And this would be double digits for 100 Thieves. So desperately needed. He's trying to play something almost ninja in this. Not going to happen. Eco's got him.
Oh,
We're at double digits,
my
boys.
God.
It's looking like OT, Hypoc. I've got to say, it's looking real like OT could be coming up here.
But you think about this here. I mean, the only saving grace is that Cena didn't throw his Blade Storm in the mix there. So an opportunity for him to get something done. At least quell some of this early aggression on the side of 100 Thieves. Because again, we see Ascend lean towards Halls, lean towards Nest. It's Cena to hold down the fort on A main. And again, 100 Thieves actually don't give him anything at the start there. There's that initial trade-off of, you know, flashes and a smoke. The Viper wall comes up. Cena unable to find anything. Nitro posted so deep on a weird little off angle that's actually deep towards default. It's not even just A main, right?
Yeah. Time out time. Sweat starting to form on the brow, I think, of Ascend here.
But we start leaning towards the experiences, right?
Yes, we
Again,
do.
at this point, building back a comeback like this. You gotta, again, at this point, I'm thinking, well, yeah, the next one's a save round, then it's one round, and then it literally becomes a psychological game.
Absolutely. And for 100 Thieves, it's just we win the round that's in front of us.
Exactly.
It's just the round you're in. Nothing else matters to you. It's that round that is presented to you in that moment. Round by round, they have brought this back, but they haven't done it just enough yet. There's still 2 more rounds before OT, or it's GG. That's it. This is all on them to tear back. We're up against Sheriffs, but they're not without a bitter bite to this. They've got the light armor, they've got some odds and ends, and CNED, does he go with the ult?
If I'm CNED, I'm throwing it in the mix. There you go. So they will push out here. And the first time, actually, we've seen them really address mid and elbow. Nitro will actually find Keyless on the opener.
Lovely deep
And
hold
that's
from
just
100
it, yeah.
Thieves. I love
this
that.
This is the perfect read.
Yeah, great read from them. And we said about experience, this sort of thing, understanding the intentions of what Ascend would want to do. This is perfect deep hold, but it's not completely gone yet. There's still 2 sheriffs. There's still that ghost. Nitro, not able to land it, but it's fine. Have to wait for that sight hit. It does look like A is the end goal.
What's the thing now? They stack up. They potentially just have a 5v1, whichever site they decide to go to. Actually, Zeke going to be here, so it'll be 2 to defend, but the Owl Drone will confirm this. The flash will confirm it as well. Ethan deals with Zeke immediately.
2 stand.
Player
1
standing.
now. It's Starzo, the only one still alive here. And it's going to be 12 to 11. It's going to be 12 to 11. Starzo, you're great, but not that great. 100 Thieves don't know when they're done. They are dragging this one back, kicking and screaming. They will not go quietly. They will drag this all the way. And the final hurdle now. The one round that all of this could either be something for or nothing. It could all be for nothing if they don't win this one.
Operator online for CNED. No other ultimates other than the neural theft. On the side of 100 Thieves, Hunter's Fury, and the Empress. So, good opportunities to find openers here in this round. See Hiko send the Owl Drone out. Now, hopefully nobody gets tagged, but if anyone, see CNED and potential to dash away, but on the back of that, Operator noted, and 100 Thieves immediately retreat back to bottom mid.
Very quick lean to the other side of the map. They can
Look at it,
springboard
it's
off
drawn
of
one at this
Ethan.
end.
Yeah. So again, this is a great read from 100 Thieves though. They're going to be the perfect place for this. Pop CL, ACEND's going to lead the way on this one. There's the flash, there's the Lear, everything's going their way. They haven't made the step to the side yet, but also look at the lurk coming out from Steel as well. That's going to be the late game plan that could punish these rotations, but they still need to win the fight on the site. Pop of the ult, it comes down. Bone Cold's in trouble. High flash comes in, he's eaten it, but he's still alive. Not
No way.
until then, Hiko finds Bone Cold. 4 now alive, they know it. You can see it on Bone Cold's face. He kicks back, he knows they're in danger. There's the look. What? Wait, Hiko, what just happened? It's okay, it's okay. Or is it? CNED's still alive. Okay, Nitro, there it is. Call on those years of experience. Call on it now, because don't call it a comeback. They've been here for years. 12-12, we're going OT.
Oh my word.
Overtime.
I cannot believe it. 100 Thieves pull something from the depths of all these years of experience. And ACEND now gotta be feeling the heat. It's, I can tell you right now, it's almost silent out there. And it has been for 5 rounds now. The economy reset. Back to a blank canvas here. We'll see ACEND now start on the attacking half. And they're doing the same thing again, Lauren. It's 4 in place on A site. Steel, the lone member of 100 Thieves to hold down B site. And it's looking like an all-in PC net with a big swing.
Swing and a miss though. Doesn't find Nitro on the other side, but now Nitro has the angle. Gonna be harder to clear. The gun barrel being kind of toyed with. He's with Starzo, closes in though. Gonna get himself right towards the back lines of sight. He's gonna walk this. You know he's gonna walk this.
Oh,
but he's
no!
flashed! Oh no way! This is a fumble and a half. ACEND and Nitro greeting with a smile. They weren't phased at all. CNED, Zeke, Killers, there's the dig deep, there's the team you need to be seeing. Killers on the swing, gets caught by Nitro. CNED and Zeke, the last 2 alive, and Zeke is already tagged low. This needs to be some of that CNED work, and it's not going to happen. Nitro has outdone him, Steel's outdone him. 100 Thieves take the lead.
What is left in the tank for ACEND here? They try an all-in piece. They try to set the tone here in overtime, but 100 Thieves stamp it out. A slight overstep from Starzo there.
Just so slight. And Nitro's off work has been excellent.
Again, to see that locked in on Agent Select and the expectations, he's delivered now. That second half, again, I said he needs to be the driving force for them, but coming up huge here in the first overtime round. 100 Thieves now need to convert the attacking round.
And ACEND haven't had this pressure on them. They've got to this point just going, next round we got it, next round, don't worry about it. We can do this, it's still okay. And now it's not okay. Now they are staring down the barrel of a gun and 100 Thieves are holding it.
I got the spike.
Now wait and see. 100 Thieves taking their time. They're testing the waters. We've seen them play slow. They play that default out for a little while here. And they get the read.
So nothing actually, I mean, way less invested. The Owl Zone, yes, but in terms of typical tells on the attacking rounds from 100 Thieves, now they will stack up towards shop. Actually, one member Steel will push through Hall here, but Nitro found himself some space to work with. Bone Cold and Stars are up behind this wall. Damage exchange. Kila's actually isolated right now. The flash is perfect.
He's closed the gap. Ethan's coming with another. This could be it. 100 Thieves on the verge of destroying Ascend, ripping the lead away from them as Zeke and CNED need to rise above, and they can't do it. Nitro to close. A flawless round to win it on. And against the odds, against the round score, against every aspect of this game, 100 Thieves just rose to the occasion.
Absolutely insane from them to build back into that when Ascend looked in total control of that decider. You can see what it means to them. Again, they fought so hard, but just get over that final hurdle, which is the experience there. Again, 100 Thieves, most of these members molded in scenarios like that.
We've seen it once, we've seen it twice. Gambit felt that same pressure. Now, Ascend. EU